That is the ideal person that you want to do business with. You seek, you market to, you speak to, you connect with. You ever had a client that was like, oh, that's too expensive? Or you started working and you were bending over backwards and they were so unappreciative and you were doing everything, but they were being so unrealistic out in left field. Well, that's what this conversation is going to alleviate today and describe to you how to deal with people that align with your company, that align with the mission, align with what it is that you're trying to create. To name that person, that's your ideal client. That is the ideal person that you want to do business with, that you seek, you market to, you speak to, you connect with. Okay, there's a couple things I'm going to list, and then we're going to get into how you find that person and how you vision that person to like market to them and attract them. So first off, one of the big benefits of your ideal client has an idea of what it costs. They're not super price sensitive. They are very, very happy with paying you for value and paying you for service, and they're not shopping just on price. Funny connection between shopping on price and the service is usually people that cut down the cost the most and are wanting to pay the least also want the most. It's this never-ending mindset of I'm trying to get a good deal. And so when I'm trying to get a good deal, I try to get everything out of everything all the time. Even though I got them to knock down the price, I'm going to try to get them to do X, Y, Z since they're here because they're trying to get a good deal. So that's not an ideal client. That's one of the things. And an ideal client is willing to pay, and they're willing to pay for the benefit. They're not wanting to try to do this price negotiation thing that also leads into them adding on additional services and trying to get you to just run with it because we're trying to get more and more and more for the little amount we paid. The second thing is they are easy to work with. People that want to pay the least want the most. They also seem to be the people that are most connected to unreal expectations, things happening that aren't even possible, things that your company could never even have done. A lot of times when I look at a problem in a job and I see little jobs that we did and people that got upset with us or whatever, because not everyone's perfect. You're going to mess up. Not everyone's going to love your company. You're not going to have a 5-star review every single time. But when I look back at the issues, I usually look and I'm like, hey, right there's where we weren't dealing with our ideal client, because our ideal client loves us. They love what we do. They love how we do it. They love the experience. They love the people because they know that we're all in all the time. And that's what's awesome about ideal clients. They're easy to work with. How do you find your ideal client? How do you know who your ideal client is? How do you build that out so then you can market to them? You think about all the things you've done. Now, maybe your mowing ideal client's different from your landscaping, is different from this, is different from that. So I'm going to speak to one area. Here in Florida, how do I know who my ideal client is? Well, I look at the landscape projects I've done and I go back in my memory and I think of a time where I worked for someone and they did the process exactly how I wanted to do it to a T. They were super easy to work with and they totally freaking loved us. And I can picture that person or those few people and I think about the job. How did it go? I got the deposit. Okay, I got the deposit the first time I met them because they understood the price and they had no price objections. We started the project quickly. We added on to it, had no questions, no worries, and then we finished everything out, and everyone was happy, got good reviews, got compliments, talked to other people about using our services. And what was that experience like? So you envision that person that did the whole process the way it's just ideally supposed to be in your mind. It was a pleasure for everyone. And you look at that, you look at the price of that service, and then you base basically 50% up, 50% down, like around that service, and looking for that type of transaction to keep happening over and over and over again. And then you chase down and you ask about that person. What kind of money did that person make? What do they do? Who are they? What do they value? And you build out a client avatar or an ideal client based off of that. And then you do the things that would attract those people, and you attract more and more and more of those. So that's how you find out who was your ideal client. How do you know who your ideal client is? How do you build that out a client avatar or an ideal client based off of that? And then you do the things that would attract those people, and you attract more and more and more of those. So that's how you find out who was your ideal client. How do you know who your ideal client is? How do you build that out a client avatar or an ideal client based off of that? And then you do the things that would attract those people, and you attract more and more and more of those. So that's how you find out who was your ideal client. how it felt. You get to go back and feel how it felt to do that awesome job where everybody was happy. And then you go out and you really go all in on thinking about them, because it's not about our company. It's about the people we serve and about the people we, more importantly, like really want to serve, because everybody wins in those situations. You look at that and I just start thinking about the things that I want to do to market to those people. These people did not have time, so they're time sensitive. These people had money, so they weren't there was no price objections. And I use all of this and tie this messaging and these things into the marketing to attract more of those people. And then what we do as we get better and we learn more, we screen and qualify people as they call the office to make sure when we get out, people are expecting what it's going to be like, and that we have more and more successful relationships with ideal clients. Leave it down below. Tell a story where you worked with someone that was not your ideal client, and tell me how bad that went or how good that went, or tell me about how when you worked with an ideal client, it was a total freaking awesome time for everybody. I want to hear it below. See you guys soon.